Right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the market. Today's Tuesday. Now today there's election in the US. So as usual, you should be checking your news, right? And this week, Tuesday, Thursday, they're important. So we've got interest rate decision statements from the Fed, and also US presidential election. Okay, so today, be mindful. The whole week you should be mindful because the impact of the elections will happen. All right. So here we have gold. Gold pretty much sideways market yesterday, selling the high, buying the low at the Astro hours should have been okay. All right. At the end of the day, that's what pretty much happened. Now today, Asia did a stop sweep. Okay, nice and fast. Boom, boom, back up here. We're back above the PST. However, let's check it out. The daily PST today is right there and it's being breached. I told you this was a bit of a sandwich zone yesterday, and if it breaks we've got room to come down. Where to? Check out your weekly. On your weekly PST you see we've got room to come down. On the price 27.10. If it does come down, which I'm thinking this week, depending on the news it might, 27.10 is all the way down here. All right, that's to 27.10. Now on the daily, right, you can see these levels here. They're quite low, but I'm going to stick with this 2695, so 2700, 2683, 88 zone, because that weekly. All right, so that 73 is 2698, so 2698, 2695. This zone's okay, and on the price we've got 2710. Now we don't know if it's going to go up or down. Okay, so at the end of the day, elections are volatility, but we're up at retracement levels, so pushing down, okay, might not be a bad idea. So all we have to do is pretty much bring ourselves into there, close some gaps, or all the way down here, or even all the way down here, because there are gaps all over the place. Okay, so I'm not sure if gold's going to come all the way back to 2,500, but you never know. Okay, a few good pushes down could kind of like reset the trend back up again, so not a problem. Okay, just no buying around here at the tops. So if you want to sell any up retracement into the weekly pivot to push down is okay. This daily pivot zone is also okay. All right, so this is also okay, but the better spot is going to be up here, okay, in that zone. So if you match price and time, you should be okay. Now remember, this looks like a what? Bit of a runner, and if that is the case, okay, so anywhere up here can also be a place where the market can kind of dip down. It's either going to be like that, or let's see, maybe like this. Maybe, okay, but I rather take it from there. All right, into there. So if that does happen to be the case, so selling the highs may be the way to go. If it breaks above the weekly period, obviously don't stand in front of it. Why? Because at the end of the day, the trend is up, and this is like a runner. Okay, so this runner may still continue, but there's just too many gaps down here, and room to push down. So if it does go up, selling might be the way to go into those levels. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Let's get rid of this window here. Okay, let's just do this. Oh, come on. Okay, so that's that. Let's move on to euro dollar. With the euro dollar, same kind of thing. So let's take a look. Now with this, remember, euro dollar. I said yesterday may be a big day, and we had a jump there, as you can see. Okay, now we're in a bit of a chip chop zone, chop zone, or chip chop, doesn't matter. Basically, there's still a gap down here, so the market wanting to follow it down is fine. Yesterday, if you sold the highs in London, I guess you should have been okay. All right, because that's Monday. What time is that? 2 o'clock. Did we have 2:15? We had 3 o'clock, didn't we? 2:30. That's your 3 o'clock. Something of that nature as well. Okay, 3:40. We would have had 3:40 is on. Whoops. That bar 3:30, 3:45. So this zone here. All right. And then the market, as you can just tumbling down here. If you put your hours, you should be able to fit them in. Now what? So this gap still holds. So if the market goes up a little bit, selling is okay. But you just have to watch one level here. Now remember, we already did that target there, and we talked about that being the neckline. Okay, so the market may still want to push down. It's already swept across that. I told you we would go above that. As you can see, it's like kind of swept it. If you see, the market is like closing under it, so it's like swept it all up. Okay, but we are right on the trend line there on the PST, which is 1.0865. I'm just a bit weary in buying because of the gap. Okay, 0865. Otherwise, it's right on there. It's already done it. But there's a big gap here, as you can see. If we get to the weekly pivot, it's a trading hour, you go long. Okay, if we get that far. Okay, which is around here again. Okay, so like pretty much midway. If we come down here again, you can still go long. Okay, but the market might just tilt a little bit lower into this zone. Okay, but in any case, that's the way it is. If you want to sell, okay, is doable. Let's take a look at the PST. Now with the PST, we still got room to go up and to fill up. So let's do that. We still have room to go up and fill in. What's that at 108.57? 108.57 is down here. Another level you might want to look out for is this 57. Okay, but in any case, we've got a big gap, so I'd just be mindful here. All right, it's just too big of a gap. If the market goes up and you want to sell, do it from this level here where they sold before. If it matches your trading hours. In terms of price, the only price ahead of us is the LCL1, which is 0954, which is this blue line there. And that is like a bit up there, okay? 0954, which is there. Okay, I hope that makes sense. This is just a little tricky here. Okay, I don't like it. We're right in the middle of nowhere with a gap. If there was no gap here, this would have been okay to go long on the PST level, as you know, at the trading hour, no big deal. Let's take a look at SP 500. Now with the indices, because of the elections, we're going to see how things pan out. Okay, as you can see, we're back down here. Now, this is a pretty good fallout, breaking the low, closing under it, doing a good buy kiss there, selling off again. So this is the first support of today, which is 34,5688. Okay, 5, 6, double 8. Now this was yesterday's, as you know. Market bounced off nicely right here, and if I want to take this and put it down to 5, 6, double 8, would be down here. Right? And I talked about this here before as well. I said it can bounce off from here to go there, or it could dip down, do a stop sweep, and this is what it did, stop, sweeped, and we're here. Now, let me just refresh the chart so we get our weekly and daily period all sorted out. And now I can get rid of this. So with the indices, this is what we're looking at here. So going up, that's pretty much closed up. 5,700. That won't be there. Five 700, which is already done. Five 761. Let's see, maybe we'll go up to 5761. Let me just double check, which is done, already done. It's already done it. Okay. So if we get back into this 37.5, if we go slightly higher, okay, just slightly higher, here's your stop, stop. If we go slightly higher, touch that, stop sweep, not a bad place to sell if it's a trading hour. If you want to buy from the lows to go up, it's a little tricky because we're standing right against the big fall. Okay, now with the indices, remember, the swing day is not today. So I would wait for the swing day. Because we're down here, it's not a swing day. We're at the targets and it's not a swing day. See how this pans out today. Alright, just let it go. Wait for the swing day with the indices. I wouldn't rush it. Okay. With the indices, leave them alone. Let's take a look at Dow Jones and NASDAQ too. But I wouldn't muck around with it. And be mindful here for the shoulder, head, shoulder breakdown will end up all the way down here. So let's take a look at the Dow Jones. As you can see, the Dow Jones always has this, Dow Jones also has the same kind of setup there, which is head and shoulders, shoulder, head, shoulder here. All right. So if this thing also ventures, if it goes up, breaks down, okay, and then goes up for a good buy, it's just sell it down because we're going to start ending up all the way down here, and this is a lot of place to come down all the way down. All right. And 2023. 2000. Okay, so we might have a push down all the way down. We'll see how it goes, all right? Because we should have a retracement coming down, filling some gaps. Either way, this is going to crash someday, one way or another. Okay, but we should at least have the market come down here, and we'll see how things go. Support today 35, 41,596. Just take a note of it. 41,596. Which is just there. All right. So if we dip down again, that's your first support. On the weekly, it's done these targets, but it's got room on the price to come down. Okay, so coming down, as you can see, it's just doable. We can get rid of this now and do that, or do this. There you go. Can I do that? Do that. I can do that. Okay, fair enough. We can do this. Alright, so that's your line there. So this has a bit more room to come down here, as you can see. Okay, but if it does break down, you understand any push up we need to sell off. It's pretty much closed that little gap there. So this could have room to go down. If it does go up, okay, we can sell off, but the market is coming down, as you can see, and this could be a zone for the swing day. So like I said, wait for the swing day, don't stand in front of it. It's just a bit tricky. Also, there's election in the US today, like I said, so maybe just taking the day off might not be a bad idea at all. Let's take a look at NASDAQ and not be lazy. Okay, so this is the NASDAQ. Alright, so here we are, we've got a breach. Okay, so now once we break below this, that's your support 43, 19,1905. 19,1905. Which is just there. Alright, so if the market breaks below this, okay, then we've got room to go down, but this is an impulse wave. Sideways market, if we get up into the weekly pivot or slightly higher, like I said here, closing this gap here, it's a sell opportunity. Okay, on the NASDAQ weekly, double top kind of thing, pushing it down. This is what we'd like to see. 50, 51, 19,565, 19,565 here. Alright, so we've got room to push down, in my opinion. If we go up, there are a few gaps up and about just to fill in. If that is the case, then all you have to do is just let it fill in. If it's a trading hour, you can sell it off. Other than that, I don't see much more here. Okay, because this is like a sell setup here. And on the weekly, there it is. That price is no longer relevant for us unless 2334, it's going to be way out there. 2334 is there. Alright, so that zone, closing the gaps anywhere above the 50 to 37.5 is a fair game. If you want to buy, a bit tricky, you've got to buy the low. Okay, but like I said, the support is here. So buying on a PST support, I don't mind, but it's not a swing day. Alright, it's not a swing day. If the market goes up today, then whenever that swing day is, you can reverse it out. If the market mucks around here, then the low is a swing day, then you can buy at the swing day to go up. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Now that's your Bitcoin from yesterday. Now remember, Bitcoin Tuesday, right? Today's Tuesday. Tuesday's a swing day. Okay, Tuesday swing day. Market comes down right at the end. It's the beginning of Tuesday. Let's see. Well, Tuesday swing day. How to play this out. If we go up into 56, which is 70,000, so 70,000, 69,980. So up here, if you want to sell up here, it's doable, okay? Because Tuesday's swing day, goodbye kiss, high of the week, could be the case. On the weekly, we still have room to come down. Yeah, it's a bit, as you can see, nowhere in between. So 52, if the market comes down to 52, which is 65, 64, 800, which is down here, okay, then that's going to be a buy zone. Okay, today is Tuesday, is a swing day. So if it's a high, you're going to be looking for sells. If it's a low, you're going to be looking for buys. Buying can occur at a stop sweep or down here, and selling earliest can be here. If you want to wait for the next day, that's also doable. And that's basically it. There are no gaps to fill here. Okay, so the only thing can happen, stop sweep on the trend line to push up and then sell down into 38, 32, 65, 300, 63, 300. So 65, 300. And down here. Alright, but this zone looks legit. Okay, so selling at the highs, stop sweeps at the highs up here on the weekly pivot at a trading hour is okay.